in August, I came back home and was feeling like sharp sensations when I first wake up in the morning. Went to the doctor. They said it was tennis elbow. But it didn't really make sense to me that it was tennis elbow. And then with Betsy, I was doing some somatic tracking, and I could tell that I was so irritated by my arm and by it hurting, that I was like, okay, I'm never going to get out of this unless I talk to Betsy. And I was like, I need a compassionate witness on this, because I'm so mad at my arm for not healing, because it had been like 6 weeks and I hadn't played very much. And I'm like, come on, like, I'm resting you, I'm doing all this. And I was like, could feel the irritation.
Yeah.
So when I was talking to Betsy about it, we were doing some somatic tracking, and I finally let go of the fix it, like, because I was in the fix it fight or flight mode. And she was having me like track the sensation, and like the weirdest like images were coming to my mind. And as soon as I let go and just like describe the images, like all of the information came to me. I had a kidney transplant 5 years ago, and it was about the anniversary time. And what hurt the most whenever I would, with my arm, was when I would pull my arm out straight. This was the only arm that they could get IVs on. And so for weeks, I just had blown veins like up and down my arm. And the ones that hurt the most were where I was feeling that tennis elbow. And so I was like, what the? I had forgotten, because they just couldn't get any IVs on my left arm. And I know, Katie,
Yeah.
it is wild.
It's wild, right? And you had no idea, right? Like it was so
No, no.
like you were there, you know that happened, but when this happened and then it was you were playing pickleball, and even though you know all the mind body stuff, that diagnosis of tennis elbow maybe is like, okay, that maybe there's something. Why isn't it healing? Is it an injury? And then that was like this light bulb. And then after that, it was so easy to see it differently and it went away pretty quickly, right?
Well, what happened was, as soon as I realized that and recognized all the trauma that my arm had gone through, I just looked at my arm and I was like, I'm so sorry I was mean to you.
Oh.
I'm so sorry that I was expecting you to do more. And like, you can give me all the sensations. Like, I know you've been through a lot. I'm so sorry.
Mm.
And so like it unlocked self-compassion, which is what I knew was missing, but I just couldn't unlock it myself in that moment. So then what I asked my body was, I was like, what do you want me to do? Because like, from reading like the body keeps the score too, a lot of the traumas are, your brain gets stuck with what was happening, and it's presenting it like it's happening right now. So like, I would ask myself, and it was just like, why did you let them do that to you? Why did you let them put all those needles into you? And so
Mm.
I answered it back, like almost with that same kind of angst. I'm like, you're right. Like, and I would pretend to rip the needles out. I'm like, I'm never letting them do that to you again. And
Whoa.
the pain would go away. Like every time.
Whoa.
It's like, there's no needle there. Like, it's not there anymore.
I didn't know that part of it.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't know that part of it. That's so cool that you would imagine ripping the needles out and the pain would go away.
Like, and I'm not doing
Whoa.
it to make the pain go away. Like, I don't care if
Right.
the pain goes away. Like, I've gotten that
Yeah.
from independence on this part.
Yeah.
But even like while I was playing pickleball, like, I could feel it, and I would just like go like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's nothing there anymore.
Ah, that is amazing. I love that. That is the coolest story. So amazing.
I still feel it sometimes,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm not scared of it anymore, because I'm just,
Yeah.
my body's just talking to me.